So I've named Pikachu :3 because it just kind of dawned on me as I was trying to think of a name for Pikachu that she is just straight up doing the cat face. Like that is the cat mouth thing. So I named her :3. Um Her name is :3, short for Nya. I I want to start this video by prefacing I had to I had to record this like intro bit twice. So if I sound a little sporadic and like incomprehensible, that's why. It's also like almost 3 o'clock in the morning now, and I've been trying to set this up for a minute, and we just had like some small technical difficulties. It wasn't a big deal. It's pretty much only just meaning that I'm probably only gonna end up training one amiibo tonight, as opposed to the 3 that I had wanted to in the one session. But it's okay. We're living, we are thriving, and we're living happy. But most importantly, mainly, I want to focus my entire topic off course for just a moment, before we go into like cool Smash Brothers lore that I have to talk about later in the video. But I genuinely, I have stuff that I've kept on my chest for a minute, and I really just want to let it loose. And because I had to like do this over again, it's like the urge to talk about it and finish my thought has only increased. So I'm sorry to the handful of like diehard Pikachu fans that just want to hear me talk about Smash Brothers Pikachu lore and just see me train a Pikachu amiibo. But I'm going full send into the whoops. that was really embarrassing. I guess Pikachu has stated his case on or her case and her feelings on the matter. I keep misgendering her. I'm just used to calling Pikachu a him. So this is the third time I've apologized to an amiibo today, but we're doing it again because I feel really bad. I'm sorry, Pikachu. I'm so sorry, Pikachu. I'm sorry. Please don't clap for me. I don't deserve it. Stop. That's Xander Mobus, the voice actor for the narration of Smash Brothers. That's him. Anyway, Pikachu. Fuck, not Pikachu. If you have the opportunity to like do what I do but better or worse, do it, you know. But like, I guess this is to people who are like inspired, you know, creative people, internet funny people, like maybe just straight up people who have YouTube channel and kind of do the same thing that I do. Normally YouTube likes to recommend people stuff that's like in their niche, so I'm imagining you've probably watched somebody play Smash Brothers before, or you've seen somebody play Sonic before, or Pokemon, something vaguely related to what you're seeing on screen now. I love how I've made everything very specific to my YouTube channel as it is right now, because it's a little Sonic themed, and I'm also planning on doing a lot more Smash Brothers content in the future, and we've done Pokemon before, so everything's just kind of coming together perfectly right now for me to like give my whole spiel about how I feel about being like an entertainer, I guess you could say, because like it's definitely not something that's for everyone. And furthermore, it's not something that I think everyone should even do, right? Because I mean, first of all, you have to think about like what it is that you're bringing to the table. And oftentimes what it boils down to, and I hate to say it like this because I don't like, it's a double-edged sword saying it out loud, and it's an entirely different thing to just straight up believe in it like it's a religion, and I don't really do that, but I do believe that there's some merit to the saying that like, if you want to be a YouTuber, or if you want to be like a gaming channel on YouTube or on the internet, or just do gaming content as a whole, and I hate that word, by the way, content, but we're just using it because that's how people are understanding stuff. uh, the only way that you can do it is if you're either funny or if you're good at something, which I just don't believe is something that you need to do. Video games are for everyone. Being funny is something that everyone can do, and sharing experiences is like half of what the internet is. And a lot of times, like, people just straight up turn their gameplays into like podcasts almost, you know. And I hate to just throw names around, but like, there's a million different people that you can just point at and be like, this person turned his Let's Plays into a podcast, and that's just kind of what it is. And whether or not the podcast is actually just talking about the game or talking about, you know, whatever is going on in your life, it doesn't matter. I tend to flip-flop on both because I have a really big passion about like video games and art and stuff like that. So it kind of tends to come out in verbal diarrhea sometimes. So for me to have like a Let's Play kind of thing like this is a big thing. I love being able to just sit here and train Amiibo all day. But like, you don't really have to be good at it, but like the good aspect and the funny aspects, that's where your audience comes in. That's where people start to like watch you. And that kind of thing only just happens with time. And I have been doing this, believe it or not, for a very long time. It might shock some people with the way that I do stuff because it's just so archaic, for lack of a better word. Like I have a very DIY setup. I always have, and part of that is because that's just how I've always done things. And another reason is just because, like, I've never felt the need to go much further, if that makes any sense. I mean, granted, you can say that, like, you know, here's a picture of my laptop, right? This is an Alienware laptop. I don't specifically think it's a very good laptop, but it's an expensive laptop. I have a computer that's kind of, like, in parts right now, and it's supposed to be better than my laptop. And for a time, it just straight up was. And that's what I edited my older videos on before I deleted that channel. And then I have this new channel that I'm now doing everything over again, back from scratch. It feels like humble beginnings again, and I'm very accustomed to it. I'm very used to it. And I mean, it's just home, you know? There's a certain level of nostalgia I get from just sitting in front of a TV and talking to myself, because I've done it for so long. It's my comfort zone now. And not everybody can, like, say that, you know? Like, artists and musicians have comfort spaces in their craft and in just, like, playing music and making art. And, like, that's something that just nobody in this line of work can let go of. And just, like, I guess that feeling of having that. So, I guess not to say that, like, there's never stuff that, like, intrudes on that space, because obviously, you know, you're always, regardless of whatever you do, you're always going to have interruptions. Whether or not you're an artist or not an artist, or you see yourself as an artist, or you sit around at home playing video games talking to yourself, like, at the end of the day, like, if you're recording it, you're still creating something. And it's like, it's a crazy and tough pill to swallow, when, like, you just come to the understanding that, like, yeah, a lot of crazy people do this. A lot of people I might not even like do this, but I do this, you know? And I consider myself to be, like, one of the weird people who do this, you know? I'm not gonna lump myself in with, like, the actual nut jobs and like, people who belong somewhere that, like, they need to be held and, like, I don't know, quarantined off from the rest of society and, like, under all, like moderation and supervision all the time, or, like, kept in a prison or fucking something like that. No. And I don't think I like saying that most people are kind of like that is kind of a stretch, just because, like, most people don't really do what we do, and it's... I hate to say, like, most people don't do what we do, because really everybody's played a video game and everybody's talked over themselves playing a video game. You know, people will often interrupt themselves while playing a video game just to let words out. It's rare you meet someone who is, I guess, completely silent over a video game unless all they do is like play puzzle games or something, or they, you know, they have their mind focused elsewhere, you know, and it's just not their actual job, and maybe they just appreciate the cold silence of playing a video game, you know, and that's awesome if you do that. It's awesome if you do that, and thank you for watching, because I am surprised you ever made it here to this kind of video. If you guys are fucking straight up silent while you play video games, let me know, because that's a foreign concept to me. Just like as an entertainer. And that's another thing that like people just really don't understand, is that like my peace and quiet is this, is me being somewhat enthusiastic to myself and to a television in the dead of night. And as sad and weird as that may sound, I don't know, I find a lot of peace in it. And I guess to round out the entire conversation, to bring it back to the fact that I deleted my channel, and I guess why I'm back, which I don't really think I have to explain, but I guess with the nature of the internet and the fact that like we're sharing stuff together, like we're doing show and tell, I should probably at some point like acknowledge the fact that I did that. And I don't shout out for the homie stock. I don't really feel like it, but I'm going to, and I'll do it right now. So I just didn't really feel like an artist, was what it boils down to. And I hate that I call myself an artist, because yeah, like I kind of draw, and like my channel art and everything isn't like, it's not art that was done by me, right? So calling myself an artist, I feel like I have to tiptoe around that, just because like I straight up paid people to make art for me, when in like reality, like nothing was stopping me from taking out my colored pencils and making the art myself. I didn't have a drawing tablet at the time, and I knew once I did get a drawing tablet, and by the way, now I have a drawing tablet. I even made a little part in the last video to draw Sakurai, because I don't know, I saw Sakurai made a YouTube channel, and I kind of loved everything about it, and I just kind of wanted to copy his art style, just straight up. I wanted to copy him. I heard somewhere that imitation was the most sincere form of flattery, and I can't hold 2 GameCube controllers yet, so this is where we're at, Sakurai. I will hold 2 GameCube controllers someday. I want to play doubles with you. As that was a super weird shout out, but I don't think Sakurai speaks English or cares, so if he does, I'm imagining this is like the funniest thing ever to him. God bless that man. Part of my entire like Smash Bros career is kind of dedicated to like Sakurai in a way, just for the simple fact of the matter that he is like the creative director behind Smash Brothers. And he has like a personality and just all around, he just seems like a really cool guy and someone that I would like to meet one day. And that sort of thing, you know, it never bothers me to know that like even if I do meet this guy, he probably won't like me because I'm just like all the other sweaty Smash players, which is perfectly fucking fine. You know, I don't want Sakurai to like me. I want to fucking 2v2 him with 2 controllers because I just think that's fucking funny. I think Sakurai needs to hold like a tournament thing where everybody holds 2 controllers. Like I don't know why it needs to be him, but like part of me feels like he's the only person qualified enough to do it. But he kind of doesn't strike me as the person to really care about the overall like competitive scene for Smash Brothers. as a whole. Like, does he care about the fans? Absolutely. But I think with the competitive Smash Brothers scene being, one, as toxic as it is in a lot of cases, and two, being as just overwhelmingly like negative toward like the entire rest of the game as they are, because like I go out of my way to train these amiibo on like definitely not tournament legal stages. This stage is not tournament legal, and you're probably wondering why. And let me show you something real quick. This is just kind of why right here. It's because you can do this, and that's a technique called sharking. And it's honest to God, where you just kind of pop up like a shark coming out of the water, and it's kind of funny, but it completely, from a competitive point of view, it completely kind of ruins the flow of the game in most instances. And you know, on a stage like this, a lot of characters just have overwhelming presence that like another character won't have. So keeping the playing field like level in a game like Smash Brothers is insanely hard. So for the fact that Sakurai still like does keep in mind that there's a competitive scene for this game is crazy to me. And I know he keeps the competitive scene in mind, because look at this. Like that, look at this. Like that kind of, that's a thing. It's a thing that we have now. I'm sorry, but like I came from Smash 4. I'm a Smash 4 veteran. That alone is just something that I think deserves a lot of credit. And I don't think Nintendo, I don't think Sora Limited, I don't think Sakurai, I don't think Xander Mobus has said enough stuff in the Smash Brothers narrator voice. Is really just what I'm boiling this all down to. And so I kind of lost where I was in the beginning of my thought here, when I was talking about like the competitive side of Smash Brothers and like commentating. So I'm gonna kind of bring it back a little bit and kind of focus in on like the YouTube channels. Not everyone should. Not everyone needs to like have a YouTube channel, and not everyone needs to be entertaining. And with the advent of like TikTok, and I say this, I say YouTube, but like really I mean social media as a whole. So like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, nobody needs any of these things. And as a matter of fact, I think life is better when you just like log out of these things for like a solid week and you just don't think about it. You like go on like a retreat, you go like read a book. Maybe you spend your time playing the game that you record, but like with a couple friends. Like that's what I do. I will log off and play Smash Brothers with my friends. That's my outside time. It's crazy to think about, but it's one of the little things that keep me sane, you know? And I'm just a simple man. I don't need much. I can do this all day, every day, for the rest of my life almost. I'll run out of things to say eventually, but if you just like give me a script, I'll keep going. So I mean, it matters a lot to me when I say this stuff, because I know what it's like to like start out, you know? And I don't think there's ever a time that's like too late to start being creative and doing things. Just do it for yourself from the beginning. And from the get-go, it should always be you're being artsy-fartsy for yourself. And only when you start seeing the fartsy in your artsy should you start considering yourself to be a smart fella and not a fart smella. And as completely deranged as that might have sounded, all I'm trying to get at is if you can just like not be a part of the world as it sees entertainers, you know, not always being entertaining. Like there's with TikTok especially, there is a constant need, constant, ever-present need to always have something in that short period of time. And I just like having edited videos for as long as I have, having made videos for as long as I have, when Vine first came out, and yeah, I swear to God, I don't have any actual like tangible real evidence of it, but I did, and I would put like my 3DS in front of my computer screen and record me like playing Minecraft before Vine came out. I would make Lego stop motions. I would do all sorts of things. My second channel is like a little bit of a haven for all my animations. If you ever want to check out the kind of stuff that I used to get up to before I really took the whole gaming content idea full stream. And this is like, honest to God, just like a handful of years ago. Around like 2016 was the time where I was like, yeah, I think making like video game videos is like where I should just like stay. So keep in mind, this is from the perspective of an animator who, within the last like 5 or 6 years, started considering the fact that like they are a commentator, almost first and foremost. As much as it hurts my heart, because my creative passion and my drive started with animating, and it stems from animating. That was the seed that planted everything. Was like me making a stop motion animation when I was a little kid with my dad, and you know, it's like core memories like that sort of thing will always stick with you. And in the back of my mind, I'm always going to think of myself as an animator, but like I don't really have any actual animation degree. I don't have an animation like background really. I have animated figures and toys move before, and I made one traditional animation, all hand drawn, of like a little ball moving, just to say that I did. And that's it. So I'm at a point where, or I guess I should say I was at a point, about a year ago, when I did delete my channel. I was at a point. This is when I was thinking I wasn't like a real artist, because I hadn't animated in so long, and I hope it's like I'm finally starting to put all my verbal diarrhea vomit puzzle pieces together finally in a way that makes some sense. So I started thinking to myself that like maybe it doesn't matter, everything that I do. Nothing, obviously everything that I do matters, but I was thinking just in my own terrible dark thoughts, I was thinking nothing that I do contributes to society in a meaningful way, that I have seen, so it obviously can't. I can feasibly compare myself to some actual, honest to God, terrible people on this planet, by sheer virtue of them existing and happening to be interested in the same things I do and do the same things I do. And I have like, you know, an entire like, at the time it was around, I want to say it was a couple hundred subscribers. I don't know if it was just like 100 or like 200. I can't remember. It was 3 digits. I had a subscriber count with 3 digits, and I said, I'm not worth anything. So I deleted my channel. I kept my first channel, and honestly, thank God I did, because I would have lost all my old animations and all of that stuff. So while I'm a little heartbroken that I did go through with the deleting of that channel, I'm not as torn up about it as I really should be, or as a lot of other people might actually be, because I, no kidding, have like kind of spent my entire life building up to those digits, you know, and I hate numbers. I'm anyone can tell you I'm not a math guy. I needed a tutor in math when I was a kid. I am so bad at just calculations and basic numbers. It's a miracle I play Smash Bros the way that I do, with just like glancing over at the percentages on every character and like knowing what's around kill percent, because like I can't remember the fucking actual percents, and I can't remember specific frames, you know, with frame data, but having as much like background as I have in animation, the amount of days and time I've spent like editing videos, sometimes frame by frame, just because my computer can't keep up with stuff. I've learned stuff via like just like my eyes, you know, and I can kind of keep up at 60 frames per second with my eyes. It's not a big problem. Although I'm curious, I've always wanted to like get like a Switch emulator just to see how fast Smash could theoretically run. Although, knowing that it's like a fighting game, I wonder if it like will run in a weird way. Like it's not gonna like read the inputs correctly. It's just gonna speed everything up super fast. Like adding more frames normally would. So I think there's something to be said about that. But like just like overall like genuine, insanely smooth Smash Brothers is something that I've always wondered, like how does that look, you know, infinite frames. But that's just not a reality we live in. Mainly because fighting games, like, you need X amount of frames so people can actually just straight up do what I do and see frames. As crazy as it is, that's part of the game design. Like, the game has kind of been accommodated for players like me, and that gives me further credence to want to like make a very long video about Smash Brothers. And I've already kind of made a few, so I've kind of done it some justice already. But singing the praises of it here is kind of the furthest I want to go without sounding like a complete creep or like a guy who like worships the Nintendo developers or anything like that. Although I've said numerous times, or at least I'm saying it numerous times now, because now is the second time I can say straight up, without a shadow of a doubt, the second time, because I remember I was talking about Iwata in the Zelda video, and this is somewhat similar and applicable, not really, but like, so there are a few people who probably worship Iwata, and his spirit, who, I don't know, hopefully blesses this earth or something. I don't know. But like, genuinely, I'm not a celebrity, you know, so I don't really have much of like a base to stand on this whole discussion. But I've just seen parasocial relationships, and I kind of know what being like a super fan is like by just virtue of just being a super fan of a couple things. Like, I'll just come out and say it. I think I'm a super fan of Sonic. My first ever name on the internet was Sonic Lego Fan 101, so I should come out the gate and just say that like I'm a Sonic super fan. But like, I don't think anyone at Sonic Team or Sega are like gods or anything like that. I think they're extremely talented people, and I think that I'm trying to wash my words. Two things at once, honestly, because there was a time in my life where I felt like I could say anything about Sonic and just kind of get away with it because I loved Sonic so much, which is just completely not true. But I also just kind of want to just come out and say that, like, with like the Sonic movies being as popular as they are, and like the older Sonic voice acting crew still just appreciating the franchise and the fans as much as they do, I'm sure it means the world to them to hear like people be like, oh, like I'm a super fan, you know, and I'm still here turning around being like, I fucking never want to meet these people. I'm terrified of them. They're like the devil incarnate, apparently, if I meet them. And it's just how I have to view things, because I'm adopting a persona of my own. I'm adapting the works that they're in to some degree, because I'm playing the games and I'm talking about all the movies. I'm talking about all these sorts of things. Like, I have to not necessarily tread on I'm not like I'm walking on eggshells kind of thing, but like I feel I would feel wrong, you know, if I just straight up offended anyone. But like I'm going to offend people, and like you're going to offend people. Like, life doesn't happen without upsetting someone. Like, you're just gonna be upset. People are gonna be upset. And the goal is to just kind of get over it and move on, and grow as a person yourself in whatever way you can, and hope that the other person does the same thing. Whether or not you actually do, completely different story. But that was just kind of my tangent. That's kind of mostly why I think this kind of thing is not for everyone, because it's sort of mentally taxing to some degree. And it can hurt your heart if you care enough about certain things, especially when you're like in a process of like actually genuinely being upset over something. I'm sure many people are upset right now over Sonic. Like, bring it back to Sonic. I'm sure many people right now are upset over Sonic, and stuff going on with the movies, for the same reasons that people were upset over like Star Wars, and that's just it. Like, you can't get comparisons like that really happen often. And honestly, with the Sonic movies, I'm speechless. Like I said, I've been a Sonic fan my whole life. So having giant like events, I'm just gonna, for me every Sonic movie is like an Avengers release now. Because it's like, it's that much fun. And I say that because it's like I just had, you know, everyone had so much fun at the Avengers movies. They were the first of their kind, basically, and Sonic's not doing anything special, but for me, it's just the fact that it's Sonic, you know? It's the craziest thing. And I can't get rid of that feeling. I can't shake it. It's just like, right now, thinking about it, I have goosebumps and I'm shaking, because I'm that happy about it. I have to sit at the ledge of the stage and edge guard Pikachu by just jabbing. It's gotten to this extreme. I should talk about something other than Sonic for a moment. Because I have the tag on. Everybody, it's all known now. I got it out of my system. I got to the point where I'm genuinely fanboying. I think once you start shaking about something is when you're like fanboying, you know? That's when all sense of like rationality and logic has like completely left the window, and you're now just like in the atmosphere kind of thing. You're just fucking floating on a high. So that again, just trying to explain my emotions, trying to explain my feelings. These aren't things that everyone can relate to. And again, another reason I can't stress this enough. This sort of thing is not for everyone, because not everybody is going to be able to emote the way that I can. Not everybody is going to be able to express themselves the way that I can. And I say the way that I can, but like, I mean, I really mean in a meaningful way that gets your point across. In a meaningful way that gets your point across. I say it twice, because I said the way that I can, and really everyone can do what I'm doing. It doesn't take a lot of effort. And I'm selling it up a lot here. And that's just that's also kind of what I do, because I like a little bit of the marketing aspect of being an entertainer and creating stuff as an artist, like promoting my stuff. Like that's something that I take some sort of pride in my thumbnails, for the fact that I feel like they're somewhat eye-catchy. And like I'm gonna show this Discord conversation I had with someone about my Breath of the Wild thumbnails, because I think there's things to be said about both thumbnails, just as a creative. So for a matter of fact, I posted this thumbnail in a Discord server about like YouTube content creation, right? And in this specific Discord server, they have a specific channel for thumbnails. So I posted the thumbnail, I said something about it, whatever it was is probably on screen now. And I think what ended up happening was I'm trying to recall this from memory. I have a vivid image of the image that they sent in return of my thumbnail, like edited. And it was, so I, just a little bit of background. I am not colorblind, I'm color deficient. So what that essentially means is I see some colors, just not all colors. And actually I'll hazard to say that I see most colors, if not all colors. It's just certain colors I have a tendency to mix up for other colors. So oftentimes when I see something that's yellow, I might think it's green. Or if I see something that's green, I might think it's yellow. The only time that I really get away from this is like when it's like a really vibrant color, like Pikachu here, or anything like in traffic, like all sorts of traffic lights and stuff. Like I have a really easy time distinguishing them, and that's because they're designed to be that way. Pikachu's a marketable character. He was designed, or she was designed to have all of her colors be recognizable. See, look, her, him, her, him, her, him. It should be that easy for me, but whatever. I digress. I'm getting caught up on Pikachu's gender again. It's a very important topic for everyone, so I gotta I gotta make note of it. What's more important is the gender of this dude in the background. I want to know what I should identify him as. I think Awesome Sauce had a name for him, and I know without a shadow of a doubt his name was not Stupid Butt Fart McFlarfle. And I am very sorry, but that's just what I'm gonna call him. His name is Stupid Butt Fart McFlarfle from now and here on out, shortened to McFlarfle. But yeah, no, it's a tiring experience. Just kind of, oh my god, what was I just talking about before Giant Stupid Butt Fart McFlaffle? I don't even remember his full name. I'm this fucked up. I can't, oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm so tired, guys. Please, I'm sorry. Let me have a breath here real quick. This is rare that you see me just kind of break down. The Pikachu emotional breakdown episode. Good lord. Ooh, goodness gracious. Stupid butt fart McFlaffle. Stupid butt fart McFlaffle. What was I talking about, stupid butt fart McFlaffle? I couldn't tell you for the life of me. But I could tell you that Pikachu's up smash could probably kill right now, but it didn't. My up air did. Thank the Lord. We haven't been using B moves. Let's use the B moves. I gotta take a second. I need to use the restroom. I'm gonna piss myself. Topic at hand is completely lost on me too. I'm back, and now I don't even remember what I was talking about. that was so important that I had such a like a genuine fascination with like finishing my statement. Anyway, so we're back. So what I was getting at, like, on the topic of like, on the topic of quitting, I guess it stemmed from me and my perception of myself and that dark place, but also the combination of like, just like everything now seemingly needing to be more, like short form content, and that's really just it. Is I hate short form content, and it just seems like that's the way the world is heading. And I've never participated in TikTok. I love Vine. I think that Vine is really it was a great platform. It was really funny. Musically was all right, but that was just kind of the vibe, because Musically and TikTok are just fundamentally and genuinely just kind of the same thing. So I say Musically is good, but really I'm just saying Musically was just a more fun TikTok, and that's just kind of it. But and that could just be nostalgia speaking too, is another entirely crazy thing, you know? We're getting to a point where all these things are now insane nostalgia bait for people, the way that like Sonic is for me. And the fact that I have to come out and say in a topic like, in a conversation like this, where I'm like, I want to quit everything that I do, nothing's important anymore. By the way, the Sonic movies make me shake. And and like, it just, I sound like a maniac, and I am, you know. I don't care. I'll admit to it. I like saying that I'm a maniac, and I'll just straight up like tell people that I'm kind of insane. And you know, these are words that are often uttered from my mouth, but I mean, the fact of the matter is I consider myself to be a sane individual. Maybe not as sane as like the common person, but I'm a sane individual. I'm somewhat trustworthy, and my main goal in life is to just make people laugh and have a fun time with them. And you know, whether or not I make you laugh instantaneously or it takes some time, it doesn't matter. Like, I made you laugh. Like, that's what I'm here for. I'm an entertainer. My entertainment is seeing people laugh. And that was kind of what pushed me to keep going all the time, was I guess just the fact that I had a sense of humor that other people around me thought was good. And I pushed myself to be funnier, and I strived to be wittier, which is in layman's terms, I strived to be funnier faster, which only got harder to do when Vine, TikTok, Musically, all that stuff happened. So whatever. Again, kind of putting things into perspective here, but that's not really important to you. It's important to me as the commentator and as the host, trying to convey my point. It's all there to just like, I'm here, not even like really fully putting on an act half the time. I'm just like being more expressive, so much more myself, to like I'm always hyper kind of degree. And like times like now, it's nice to just kind of peel back the curtain a little bit. I'm trying to focus on playing Smash Brothers, something I've done a lot, so I should theoretically be good at. I don't know, like, if you guys are watching, if you've actually gone to like Smash Brothers tournaments. If you have, you're probably watching this episode as opposed to all the other ones, going, wow, he's loving the C-stick this episode. Which is true. It's totally true. I just didn't want Pikachu to be spamming that move, to be entirely honest with you. I want him to charge it more often than not. So I kind of waited until he was like level 40 to like really think about the B button. And I just kind of took it to, I took advantage of the whole thing and started bringing up the idea of making this whole series a podcast. Now, granted, some characters are probably going to take more time and dedication than others, and I get, or more concentration than others. Not time and dedication. It's probably going to take around the same amount of time. That being said, we have not fucking turned items on this entire episode, so we should do that soon. Also, check this out. I totally thought that was gonna hit him. Her. It's a female Pikachu. Female Pikachu. Pikachu female. Female Pikachu. I really do. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I keep saying him in reference to Pikachu. It's crazy. I wonder if it's because I'm not looking at Pikachu Libre and I'm looking at the Pikachu with the hard to look at tail, because that's how that's how I normally distinguish Pikachu, and I normally pick Pikachu Libre, and whenever I see Pikachu Libre, I'm like, that's her, that's the girl, that's our girl, that's Pikachu, the wrestler. Nobody fucks with her, you know. It's just it's magical. These two Pichu are magical. But like, I just I don't know. It's been a struggle, you know. Sorry. I was just making fucking monkey noises because it's fun. You know, being an ape and all that sort of thing. Oh, nice tech, Pikachu. Nice tech. Nice. Good job. And she won the match. Good for her. Man. Gotta love her. Gotta love her. Wait, that's not the first time she's won. Is just now settling in that I've lost more than one match. How does this happen? Okay, more credit to my amiibo, which is a good thing, I think. Whew. Okay, now that I've gotten all that out of the way, the Smash Brothers lore. Look at this Pichu. Look at this Pichu. Those goggles in Brawl. Pichu isn't in Brawl, but Pikachu is, and Pikachu has the Pichu goggles in Brawl that the Pikachu in Melee doesn't have, and the Pikachu in Smash 64 is presumably the same Pikachu in Super Smash Bros. Melee. So, is this Pikachu the Pikachu from Melee, or the same Pikachu from Smash Bros. Brawl and Wii U and 3DS? And it's just another Pichu with the same goggles. Food for thought. I like to imagine that there's some timey-wimey shenanigans going on, and something happened, so now it's Melee Pichu and Pikachu, and I guess by proxy 64 Pikachu, and Pikachu actually has the party hat that they had from 64, so it gives me nothing else but to imagine that it's just the same Pikachu, which is great. It's just really cool. How characters after come, like characters that were created and introduced to the series after the fact exist here within the time. It doesn't matter. It's Pikachu. Just look at it. Everybody spit your cereal out. It's just say it. That's Pikachu. I'm glad we've all seen the meme. I'm glad I had to take everyone through like a little bit of a nostalgia trip almost. If you're old enough for that, if you're not old enough for like a crazy nostalgia trip, first of all, go outside and continue doing that. And don't come back to my video. I don't know how you're not old enough to have nostalgia for Pikachu, but like, whatever. I feel like it's weird, you know, because like kids nowadays will still like sit around, play Pokemon, and they'll have nostalgia for Pikachu, but they don't like really get it. And I'll be the one person weird in a room full of like 20-year-olds and be like, yeah, I don't have nostalgia for Pikachu, because I didn't grow up with Kanto. You know, I grew up with Generation 5 was the first Pokemon game I touched, and like I'm not a real person to like half of the Pokemon community because I'm not old enough. And it's kind of funny. It's just really cool. I think like not existing as a premise is just something that's really cool and people should try more often. But like I said, with the advent of technology being the way that it is today, and I guess just social media existing in the sphere that it does and how it does, you can't really just be nobody anymore, which kind of sucks. And I can't believe I ever just said something that crazy, where like you can't just be nobody, you have to be something. You always have to have something for yourself, you know? It's always you, consumer, you, yourself, and your product, you know? And I'm just one person, right? I'm just one person who, I guess, markets themselves as a personality, so I guess by proxy I should be a product, but it, like, just coming out the gate and saying that I am a product, I am loose goods, like, it's crazy. You can't, well, first of all, you just can't say that about someone, and second of all, you just sound like an idiot. Like I do right now. I've completely lost all train of thought and coherence here. Oh man, and I'm yawning, I'm so tired. But we're here. We're doing the best we can with what we can. And I can't believe I just hit another fake smash ball. That's impressive. Hello. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Let's not do that. Let's start a final smash ball. Never mind. Yeah, see, now I went from like talking about things that had somewhat of a vague, I went from like basically doing a podcast to then doing commentary over the gameplay, and suddenly I have to like take a moment to myself and just be like, this is how I do things here. This is what makes sense. Why am I doing this? You know, like I'm making mistakes. I'm messing up. Like these are, again, it doesn't take a genius to do the thing that I do, right? It just takes a moderate level of concentration. Concentration I normally don't have. I'm kind of like pushing the boundaries of like how concentrated I could ever be, because I'm basically focusing on 3 things at once. I'm focusing on the video that I'm going to make, and like what people's focus would be on at any given time, what I'm saying at any given time, and I have 2 hands that are touching a controller, and I'm playing a game that I, granted, know very well. So like it's kind of just like I'm painting a little bit. Crazy to say that and still suck as bad as I do at Smash Brothers, everyone. Hey yo. Holy cow, that was really bad. That was a really bad performance there. Wow, what a snazzy performance there. By the way, I'm a voice actor. That was my Sonic impression. Mickey Mouse is in the most popular video on my channel. For the time being, Mickey Mouse will not be making any further appearances on my channel so long as it is not the most popular video on my channel. I think having that rule of thumb is a little too funny to let go of, and I'm gonna do it. It's too much fun. And the fact that I can do Mickey Mouse is just kind of cool. It shouldn't really surprise me with how I like do voice cracks all the time. It's just not, it was never something that like I thought to do. And I guess like wanting to be a voice actor, should have came, like everything should have came more naturally to me, sooner, like with Mickey in particular. But I digress, you know. This is very important because we just got our ourselves like a time bomb thing, and oh, that was rough to watch. That was even more rough to watch. Here, I want this Galaga piece. I don't know what it is. I just know it's from Galaga. I know it's from Galaga because it's just a Galaga. It's important to me. My you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna dox myself a little bit. My full name. No, don't dox yourself, Plasma Pal. My name is Peter Gallagher, right? So, I think my last name's pretty funny because it reminds me of Gallagher, the guy who big bang boom shoot the beam. Sorry. He reminds me of the watermelon guy, and I like the watermelon guy. And completely unrelated to this, my mom, who is granted now like not with my father, but when she was with my father, she happened to have a BlackBerry, and on this BlackBerry was an SD card that I happened to have found recently. And I know this is like getting crazy personal, but for whatever reason, my mom just had a video of like a woman launching a watermelon on a catapult, and in this video the catapult like malfunctioned a little bit, and the watermelon just kind of like came back slamming into her face, and it's like a miracle that that woman just didn't straight up die. But I guess, you know, with the fact that like a guy who just like has watermelons broken onto his face every day, it shouldn't, like, having that name, I guess it shouldn't be that crazy. And it just, it's very like, it's a crazy set of circumstances, you know, where it's like all these things come together, and it, like, I have this almost kind of analogy to be like, oh my god, this woman died, and then immediately after be like, wait, no, she maybe could have survived? But like, does she move? And I had to like double check the footage again, and like, lo and behold, she's like kind of moving immediately after the watermelon hit, so she's like theoretically living afterward, just like maybe permanent brain damage or something. I don't know. Like, you can never know after something like that. But honestly, yeah, just crazy video. I honestly kind of want to just like treat the rest of this video as like kind of like aftercare almost, because like that was just like such an intense thing to like bring up and possibly just show to the people of the internet, that I feel like I need to sit down and have a discussion like I'm your neighbor, you know, and I don't want to do that. And this is the hard part of being entertaining. This is the part that I'm not ready for. This is the part that Mickey Mouse doesn't want you to know. Take my BuzzFeed quiz, subscribe to my Patreon. Jesus fucking Christ, someone save me. Actually, no, I shouldn't even mention Jesus Christ with Sonic and Pikachu being technically on the same screen. I need to South Park this shit somehow, and I can't! I'm not physically able to. Wear a crown and be a chow. Wear a crown and be a chow. I had to cut. I had to cut because when I said wear a crown and be a chow, kid you not, the voice crack came out, and it was just in Mickey's voice. So again, I hope you guys like. I wish that no one ever thinks that I have a complex in regards to the Chow Crown thing. I kind of do. I'm saying it just as a joke because I really like the crown, and I like whether or not the Chow is a throwaway thing, because it just straight up might be. I like the overall silhouette of the Chow, and I kind of want to keep that. But like slowly evolve it over time, and kind of like how the Chow are in Sonic, you know, just kind of do the whole thing where it's like I'm like a hero Chow, or I'm a dark Chow, or do the whole I'm like a bunch of different things, and oh, look at these cool Chow, and have that kind of just be like the whole theme where it's like I'm doing more stuff, so here's a little Chow to kind of reflect the thing that I'm doing now. Here's a Chow that kind of looks similar to what I'm doing now. Maybe it's good, maybe it's evil. Maybe it can be good and evil depending on something else. That was honestly the entire reason that I haven't done it faster, because I don't know whether or not it should be good or evil, and I don't know whether or not it should matter. But I mean, all things considered, it really can't. Like I can't let it matter. That works. That was a mutual death there. So we lost a life, but we also gained a kill. So everything's looking on the up and up. We have a Smash Ball here I really want. I think I'm getting. Let's go. No, you are not. That's impressive. That's... Wait for it. Lame. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, don't pick that up. Thank you. Thank you. I managed to pick up the other piece. I thought, for a moment, I thought he had... Or, shit! For a moment, I thought she had two. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just... Okay. Who boy. Okay. Insane. Even better. Pitfall's down. We have a bomb. Okay. Let's go for the up smash. Yes. Yes, I'm taunting. I'm taunting on the amiibo. The amiibo, she got really good, like, in the span of like a game, basically. So I'm proud of her. Really, I am. I'm so proud of her. And she needs to not throw that ball at me. Oh, it's not a ball. It's an explosive. It's good because she didn't throw it at me. I want to try to stick around and not immediately die, because we're at the point where her level, I mean, she's busted right now. Like, she's almost fully leveled. She's almost learned everything she's gonna learn. The only real stuff I could teach her is like crazy stuff like this. Yeah. I bet you didn't see that coming. She taught me something in that you can escape out of Pikachu's Final Smash. I didn't know that you could do that at the level or caliber that she did. But she did. And everything is awful because she now has both the Final Smashes. And I wasn't able to dodge the Final Smash. And it was a powered up Final Smash because it wasn't her FS meter anymore. It was her thing. Okay. We're doing good. There's lots of launch stars on the field, so that's something we want to be careful of and be wary of, because that's just important. I need the Tanuki like yesterday. What my plan was there, I don't know. But it was a thing that happened. I just want to cry. Part of me just wants to cry. If you guys, fun note, if you guys ever find yourself crying during my videos, if you're crying and you happen to remember this one moment, do yourself a favor and go get yourself something to drink and go get yourself something to eat. Craziest thing, I am a big fat guy. I'm really skinny actually. In real life, I've been called skinny my entire life. I'm developing a little bit of a gut as I age, but my entire life, every time that I've been extremely sad, I've always got water. I've always gotten water for myself, and I've always stayed hydrated. So just do yourself that favor and get something to eat, get something to drink. Just be a step better than I have been to myself. And that can make me feel better. And making me feel better is going to make you feel better. So do us all a favor in this world. And if you can't get yourself something to drink and you can't get yourself something to eat, remember that the next time you get yourself something to eat and something to drink, that somebody thought about you in your moment of sadness. Obviously, it's not now. I don't think anyone's crying, but future reference, I will not be thinking of you at the same time that you're crying, but like I will think about you in a tense. Like, oh no, you're crying. How sad. I'm not going to say it like that. I'm saying it like that now in the video because no one's crying. How unfortunate would it be if you were crying right now? I should put a timestamp. Okay, so I'm doing, this is the first video that I'm recording after doing my Patreon, or after finishing my Patreon stuff. So basically, there's actually there's a lot of Zelda videos, most of my Zelda videos, in fact, or actually, like, all the Breath of the Wild videos, like, all of them up until, like, episode 20. We'll say episode 20 because I know we're not at episode 20 yet, so we're just gonna say episode 20. We're gonna say episode 21 now. I hadn't had my Patreon in mind, but now that I do have my Patreon in mind, I need to, like, actually go out of my way and share a bit of my process and, like, how, like, I want to show you guys the process of me editing this video, and then I'm going to show you guys the process of me putting together an ending card for my actual Patreon subscribers, and that'll be, like, the first thing that I do as, like, my intro video almost, is me putting together a big fancy tutorial video, kinda, but not really a big fancy tutorial video, but it's really just like me over expositing, basically. Honestly, it's like the most lame thing in the world on paper, but I know that there's a lot of content to be like. There's a lot of content that you can make out of just something as small as, like, a gaming video, right? So I want to really fill the niche out as much as I can and talk and show you guys and talk about how you can fundamentally almost go through and break down every single bit and thing of what you do, and just, like, always do that. I mean, not for every episode, obviously, but, like, for pretty much every project, every overall thing, you know. I don't want to give away every small detail about the magic, you know, because it's still, like, I still think that there's a process, like, there's magic behind it. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm a magician. I am an artist before I'm a magician, and I'm not a magician because I'm hardly even a musician. And those are just words that I'm saying to make sense and get out of card tricks. That's the truth. I would learn card tricks just to say that I'm a magician, but I don't I don't want to fill out the whole Jack of Trades card, you know? I don't think I'm I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think I'm the king of anything, despite wearing a crown. There's irony in the crown that that my Chow PNG has, and I love it. I love that little bit of irony. The crown, the crown is always there to symbolize something, and what it is to you is exactly what you think it is. It's special to you, and everybody has their own crown. Everybody should be royalty in their own way, with their own royal crown, and that's just a matter of fact and a matter of speaking. So, yeah, that's honest to God, just what it is. I just killed myself. Very cool. How I did that, I don't know, but I did, so here we go. I'm making rhymes now. There's no way! This Pikachu's a menace! This Pikachu's a menace! Somebody stop him! Somebody get your mans! Okay. Oh no! No! I had a perfect opportunity for a crazy punish and I missed it! I didn't do anything with it! I didn't capitalize! I'm sounding like Sammy Classic Sonic fan! Like Sonic! Shout out to Sammy Classic Sonic fan. I hope if you're watching this video, your life is treating you well. You're a blessing and a saint. To this world, man. Good lord. And I still don't believe you're 16, but you're crazy, man. You keep doing your thing. What else is there interesting to talk about before the amiibo turns level 58? I mentioned Sammy Classic Sonic fan. I've pretty much done everything there is to do in this episode of amiibo trading. Whew. Do I even incorporate Pikachu into the thumbnail? I don't think I want anyone related to Pikachu thinking that this episode is about Pikachu, because they're gonna click on it and just be like, oh, a fun little Pikachu episode. I liked the episode about the whatever amiibo. Like, maybe they've seen one already. Like, heaven forbid I become a popular person. You know, there's untainted fears that the world is not yet to comprehend, that my mind can machinate in the inner machinations of my mind, for be it an enigma. Quoting Patrick Star, the flesh-eating monster. I don't know why I called Patrick Star a flesh-eating monster, but I think starfish might be flesh-eating organisms. So that stretch of the imagination might have some grounds in reality? Maybe? I don't know. Help me, a zoologist, in the comment? In the comment? Not the plural comments? There's one comment. It says one zoologist. It's the one guy. I hired an expert to comment on the video. Hello, are you there? Pick up the phone. Just walked into the bombs. I need the ball. Get the ball. The ball so bad. I needed that. I need everything. I need these presents. I need the presents. I am a present. No time like the present. I'm a present. Look at the present. Present. There's no way. I have been harmed. Oh! And honestly, that kind of sounded like Mickey Mouse. Like, I'm just reacting, and there are just times where like I'm trying to like make ape-ish noises, and I kind of mouse it. I kind of Mickey Mouse-capade it. What am I thinking? Get with it. I'm deranged. I've lost it. Get with it. Get milk. Get milk. Get the milk. Get it. Get milk. Get it. Get milk. Get milk. Get milk. I'm sorry. I'm laughing so hard. Get milk. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm crazy. I've gone insane. It's happened. Can I land the final smash, please? Thank you. Thank you, game. It's the game doing everything for me now. It's not. It was never me to begin with. And I'm impressed that you think I could have had that much power. But it's not. It's the game. It's the game. Did you see me calculate the baseball bat into hitting the Galaga? I'm a genius. Everything I say has to be in a funny voice now, because I've committed myself to doing something with my life. And so now every 30 seconds I'm gonna change bit, and I'm gonna be a cool person and do cool things. So yeah. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the thing where I'm the guy from the thing. And everyone packs up and goes home because they smelled you later. Thank you for coming to the audio show. The audio show? Wait a minute. Well, I you know what? Yeah, this is an audio show. It's I'm doing two things at once. So it's like I'm showing you my audio and then I'm showing you the game. I'm showing game audio. 2 as well. I didn't win once. I didn't win a match. I did not win a round. Am I gonna have to actually cut around the character select screen in this video? Because part of me thinks that like I've spoken for the majority of this hour and a half almost that we've been going. Hour and 20 minutes, actually. I did look over. I did shorten it to an hour and a half so I could say it. I'm not gonna say something stupid like the hour and 20 minutes that we've been going. No, I'm gonna say the hour and a half almost. But I'm not the kind of crazy person to turn around and say it's fucking something past whatever, you know, and then like shake their arm in like fucking authoritative motion, you know, like I know how to read an analog clock. Everybody knows you know how to read an analog clock, okay? It doesn't matter if you know how to read an analog clock or not, because I know how to read an analog clock and I'm not doing that. So shut up. I can do Mickey Mouse and you can't. There's probably, you know what, Mickey Mouse is probably the kind of person to do that, so I shouldn't even speak on his behalf. As someone with the voice. And see, another thing, I'm a voice actor and I kind of just straight up take voices. Like I steal voices. That's kind of what voice actors do. And I feel bad. Like I took Walt Disney's voice and it's not even like his voice anymore. He gave it up because he's not doing it anymore. He's dead. Well, he's not really dead, but he's like kind of dead. I don't know. In the eyes of people actually working at Disney and working for Disney, it's like he never died, you never mention it kind of thing. So I think the spirit of that's really cool, right? In like the literal sense of the term. But that's about it, you know. I don't want the dude to haunt me because he's like, oh, I'm still alive. It's like, no, you're not. What? I wonder if that's what got the actual Mickey's voice to do it now. Is Walt Disney just kept appearing to him as like a Force ghost, and he's always just like, what? He just got better at saying what over the years, and eventually like Bob Iger approached him. He's like, look, I am a telepath. I never wanted to tell anyone about it, but like, you have the best Mickey Mouse voice. I've only ever heard you say what. And look, now this kid on the internet's talking about like his name's Gallagher. He's related to the watermelon guy. I'm not related to the watermelon guy. I'm not even related to the actor named Peter Gallagher. These are also things that I need to preface when I dox myself in the same video. I hope to God whoever might find this information useful watch the full video beforehand. Like, it's important you watch the full video sometimes. But credit where credit's due. I will hold on to the Pikachu Amiibo video until the heat death of the universe and just always say Bazinga. Because I hate the word Bazinga, so I have to say it. It's like a slur. Thank you, Sheldon, whatever your name is. I don't even remember his name. I don't even remember the actors' names from The Big Bang Theory. I remember watching The Big Bang Theory as a kid, thinking it was kind of fucking nerdy, funny stuff, and my mom laughing at it. And then I'm like forced to entertain the idea that it's a good show because I technically grew up watching it. I don't even want to elevator pitch that. And you know what the worst part about all of that is there's a joke. There's a joke hidden under everything there because my elevator is as explosive as a food truck. Can somebody please hire me? I'm begging for it at this point. This is like, please hire me the episode. And like, more credence to the fact that you have subscribed to a actually good Patreon. The words I just said were cut out and only are viewable for a person watching my Patreon. I hope you liked my pitch. Whew, that edit costed me a lot of money, and I'm never gonna be able to play baseball in my life. But I think it might have been worth it for a cameo, because that's what I'm gonna call it. It's a baseball cameo. Baseball cameo. Cameo for baseball. I hate the word cameo now too, because that's an application and not like just something that people do. So it's like, oh, you made a cameo? Oh yeah, you're in the whatever, you know, and it's just, it is what it is, you know. It's cool, it's funny, it's a little quirky even. You could say it's quirky. Some might imagine it to be a fun little superpower quirk, like one anime thing might have done. Because I said the word quirky, I have to lol XD my words into a honey badger potion that can all your base belong to us understand you. And I've introduced the wrong crowd suddenly, because I know weird internet references to the point where it's like I say honey badger and immediately I think of all your bases are belong to us because of Watch Dogs, and then everything just goes silent for a minute. Shout out to the glitch. Shout out to the glitch. Mr. Glitch, he's taking your money. He's taking your money. What? I don't know. I gotta cut that one out. This is for the Patreon. No, I can't cut it out. I gotta leave everything in. I've got to be as authentic as possible. I did take your money, but I don't want to take your money again. I just want to get paid. There's a difference. And honestly, that's kind of what I see Patreon as. I see Patreon as getting paid, but as like the most loose term of a job as humanly possible, because like this can't be my job. Patreon cannot be my job. Could it be financially stable at a point? Sure, for some people, but not me. I can't even look at it like that, because I have like 30 subscribers on this channel, and part of me wants to keep it that way. Part of me just wants to have like the one oddball, the one guy who's super weird and wants to be a part of my Discord server. And it's like I just have a Patreon website and he just gives me like $10 every month or something. It's like I want to have a little community, you know. I've always dreamt of having a handful of people who are just like always there for like every video, It's like they always get every reference and they understand everything, but nobody does. No person on this planet is ever going to understand you. You're always going to be in the dark. And I sleep sound at night in pitch black quite often, like a baby, to the thought that there are probably people listening to me like as I'm sleeping. And it's crazy. It's crazy that I got to that point. It's crazy that I can get to that point. And I have to consider myself one of the very fortunate few. I have to consider myself a very fortunate member of the planet and the race that we inhabit. Planet Earth and the race of humans. The gaggle that we are, you know? It's just, it's a lot to take in, and it's a lot to, like, have. And I've completely lost my train of thought. It's just gone. But yeah, no, I want everyone to, like, have something, take away something from this video. And I beg of you, if you are watching this video, I don't care if you're on the Patreon or not. If you're watching this video, leave a comment. I beg of you, leave a comment. Let me know what you took away from this video, what you learned. If you didn't learn anything, tell me why you didn't learn, why you think you didn't learn anything. I'm not asking like a quiz. You know, I don't think it's a crazy thing to be like this one thing you said here made me think. You know, this one thing you said here, I couldn't have ever thought of. I do this thing, and I because of that, I can't really think of life like that. I do it like this. You know, I need the validation that I am crazy. I need to be told that I am a maniac. And yeah. Mainly because I think part of me wants to just like be crazy. Like there's something that I admire in the lunacy of people. Like I guess crazy people's ability to just have ambitions and keep going despite genuinely being insane. And if I'm insane and I fall into that camp and I have ambitions, I guess I should be proud of myself, or I should look at myself in the mirror differently, but I don't, and I'm not going to. Because I guess to kind of just say a final statement and end my podcast episode here. Thank you for having me, Pikachu. Thank you for being my co-host, :3. Thank you for listening, everybody at home watching and listening. To round out everything I'm saying is like the reflection that I see in myself. Whether or not it's the mirror or like me right now doing this like very introspective talk and having moments where I'm just divulging, oversharing, definitely, overanalyzing things, looking into them in a funny and unique way that most people probably won't. Like I encourage you to like board this train. I encourage you to like do the same sort of thing that I do. Just don't feel the need to live the life that I lead. Like don't do the thing and then do it the rest of your life as your job. Don't make it feel like your job. Don't ever do it enough to the point where it could be your job. Because now I'm sitting here at this point with a Patreon, doing it at like 30 subscribers, having some sort of clout behind my name, and I don't want any of it. I don't necessarily want your money. I don't really want your time. I feel part of me is ashamed that you listened for an hour and a half at this point and 5 minutes. But the part of me that's ashamed is the part of me that I'm masking. And really what I'm trying to say is thank you for unsubscribing. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.